Hey, Sparklighter again. Wanted to do a short video on pullers. Learned a little bit of stuff lately, and it's kind of, for me, it's like you just bash your way through it until it looks like you did it right, and somehow you figured it out. So, just in case anybody has never done this before and maybe could use some help before screwing something up like I do most frequently. I'm lucky enough to have access to a couple different style of pullers. This one's very handy for bearings, inner races. That anvil, or that hammer right there, is a 5-pound. On what I was doing today, I only needed the 2.5-pound anvil, or hammer. And there's two different ways that you can set up this style. This I was pulling an inner race. So I had the jaws facing outwards, and I was grabbing the thick side of the flange, which was seated right down in there. So you drop the jaws just below the back side of this race. Excuse me. And as soon as it's just below the back side of that race, you start tightening this down, and as it tightens down, it's going to spread these jaws out. So you tighten this down until it's tight, and then I put the handle in afterwards and just started hammering, and that one popped out in, I don't know, 6 or 8 blows. It was already jumped right out of there. This particular style of puller head can also be adapted to grab inner. This is a smaller set of jaws, but they work the same way. They can be put this way to grab something from the outside instead of from the inside, and then you take this, turn it around, and since this taper will be pointing towards these, it will close the jaws over what you're trying to pull. And then you just do the same thing, attach the handle, and you can pull an outer race from the outside. Just gotta say, I'm used to doing foreign cars. I've done Mazda, Subaru, a bunch of other small cars, and bearings typically will cost you an arm and a leg. All these seals and bearings, plus the two, there's one there and one sitting over by my other hub. All that put together for this Dodge axle that came out of an 85 or an 84 Dodge pickup and is resting underneath this thing now, cost me 36 bucks. So I gotta say, I'm very happy to be working American right now. This is another style. I've got 2 different sets here tonight. I haven't put this to work yet, but I may attempt to pull off my pinion bearing with this. If I don't think it's going to work out and I'm worried about scarring anything, I'm just going to take it to Transaction in Forest Grove. They got a nice little shop, and he said he'd charge me 20 bucks to pull the pinion bearing, repress it with the new shims onto the new pinion, and he would also repress it as many times as I needed to get my shims right, all for 20 bucks. So hey, shout out, props to Transaction in Forest Grove, Dave's Transaction. Alright, that's all I got. Try to keep it a little bit shorter than the last one. I don't think I'm going to be doing that kind of a deal again. That was like a snooze fest. Took me 2 hours just to edit that stupid thing, and I must have cut out 30 minutes of that freaking video and still ended up at 17 boring minutes. Alright, see you guys later.